Hey, hopefully you're as jazzed up and pumped up as we are. I mean, I know you're pumped. I know I'm pumped. I know that I'm excited to get somebody who just did a magical entrance with us earlier. It's so awesome what technology can do with us right here. And I'm just pumped up to have another solutionary out here that's always cooking something up. Guys, if you saw what was cooking in his kitchen last night, I mean, you would have been pumped up and motivated to really go get you some of that.
Yeah, you look pretty good on that stove. I'm not going to lie.
That's just how it is every day with this guy. He's just always finding a way to get something that's awesome and got great flavor with it. That's how we found the Car Guy Coffee podcast, guys. He's got a cup of Car Guy coffee, I'm sure, sitting in front of him right now, and I know he's ready to brew. I mean, I gotta shut up. I gotta be quiet. I gotta get ready because he's got to talk, and we gotta get Fred in here and having some fun.
Yeah.
All right, sit.
Well, first of all, I'm Fred Lenars, the subprime hero, and I'm here with
Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
Right, and this morning, we have an amazing guest, Paul Meyer. Folks, I've had the honor to be on his show, Sunday Night Live, which is a great show. He brings on amazing guests on there, to include myself, which makes me feel good about myself a little bit. But no, Paul's amazing. Paul's that guy that I've been following, doing some stuff. He's very articulate when it comes to his craft. He loves to take care of things. He likes to make sure things are done the way he likes them to be done, and I can appreciate that. It's very clean. It's very gentlemanlike. I absolutely love his swag, what's going on with him. Folks, without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring him on the screen.
Coming
Mr.
to the cafe, Meyer! Woo! Come on down. Welcome, brother. What's going on, man?
Hello. Good morning. Good morning, Car Guy Coffee Peeps.
That's right. Good morning, man. It's an honor to have you here. You know, we're live right now on Facebook, LinkedIn, and also on YouTube. So, people, if you got questions, please do ask. I know Brian Norris already said, let's brew. So,
that's right.
Let's keep this thing going. So, Paul, welcome to the show, man. I know you got a lot of amazing things going on right now. I know the hot thing that's new to you is your dealervendormatch.com. And I'm excited about that product. I'm excited about what you're offering there. It's a good way to connect the dealers with the vendors. It's like a match.com, you know, like the old single sites that everybody used to go to, but now it's for dealers and it's for professional use, which is amazing. And it's a great idea. It sounds like so simple, yet I'm sure there's a lot of work behind it. So I'm excited to hear you talk to you about that. And there's a lot of other things. I mean, you have shows that you do. You have so many things that you're keeping yourself busy, which I love because I'm the same way. I love to keep myself busy, but you definitely put out a blueprint for people to follow, and I definitely admire that a whole bunch. So welcome to the show, Paul.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
There's one thing about being busy. There's another thing about being productive. You can either just be in the kitchen or you can actually be cooking something up. And this solutionary right here finds a way to continue to bridge the social media flow between the car business and food and just general living life. He does a great job of mixing it all together. It is something that we look at and we say, hey, you know, people got to be a lot like Paul. That's a solutionary. And that's somebody that's making things happen. So again, thank you so much for being here. We got a 5-liner for you today. I'm going to get into it just a little bit, but we got a couple things we got to do first. And that's go ahead and pump this up a little bit. We got to apply the elements to make sure that we can continue to keep growing. And in order to do that, you apply 3 F's, and that's to forgive, focus, and fly, so that we can go to heights we haven't even dreamed of yet. And so that we can actually focus on the things that brew solutions, and that we are not held down by the weight of unforgiveness. So let's go ahead and join us real quick. Paul Meyer on. Put the hands on the shoulders like you're going to wipe that dust off. You ready? All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Forgive. Focus. Fly. Pump it up and keep growing. Keep growing. Yeah.
Love it, man. Thank you so much,
Paul. Thank you so much.
Now we're ready to do the show. Now we're ready to do the 5-liner. Now, Paul, our 5-liner is a lot of fun. We like to ask people 5 questions. And these 5 questions all about how you came up and where you come from and where you're at now. All right? So the very first question I ask is always the same one. What is your purpose? What is your why? What motivates you every single day?
Okay. What motivates me every single day is I want to help people. Yes. Okay. I want to build community and help people. Having been in this business, in the automotive space for over 40 years in various different capacities, I see that people struggle. Right? Mm-hmm. Right now we have a couple of months of things going crazy. That might be a false reality for a lot of people.
Yes.
Because for a long time, especially in the vendor space, people struggle, right? You go out there 120 hours a week trying to get in front of the right people. It's just not happening. And today it's getting more and more difficult every day. I understand it because I'm on the vendor side. I also understand it because I've been on the dealer side. These guys get pounded every single day, one after the other after the other. If you spent only 5 minutes with the next person that came in, you'd get nothing done.
Nothing.
I get it. Yeah. So for the longest time, I was thinking, okay, so how do I bridge the gap between the vendor struggle and the dealer struggle? And I thought, you know what? I met my wife on a dating site 10 years ago. I was able to create a profile, set my preferences, and search for exactly what I was looking for. I wasn't about to go spend time in a bar. I don't have time or interest to do that. Maybe that had its time back in the day, but today everybody's too busy. We're all working. We're all trying to get our piece of life, right? So I was able to create a profile, set the preferences, and when I found what I was looking for, bam, I was able to go out and get it. So I thought to myself, that worked beautifully in my personal life. And with me, there's no home work life balance. There's one world, because if you truly love what you do, it's not really like work. And the way I look at it, you don't really have to balance anything, because as far as I'm concerned, it's never a bad time to talk about a car deal. I brought my girls up that way, and they know that. So I figured, let me take the elements of what made my life happy and add that to the business part, which is all part of the same life, and came up with DealerVendorMatch.com. And it's beautiful. I mean, it's something that's been needed, and it's benefiting a lot of people, because, why do people go to a dealership on Sunday to look at cars when they know the dealership is closed? Why do they do that, guys?
They don't want to talk to the salesperson, right?
Right. But if they find the car they like on Sunday, what do they have to do on Monday?
Deal with the salesperson every single time, right?
Right. As vendors, you spend hours, days, months, years, on thousands of dollars chasing deals that are never going to come together for whatever reason, because these people they're too nice. They don't know how to say no. So you're chasing the wrong stuff all this time. Wouldn't you want the Glengarry leads? If somebody's interested in what you have to offer, you want the Glengarry leads? You want to drink coffee?
It's for closers.
Or do you want to just, oh yeah, no, that went great. They'll call me. Oh yeah, they're interested. And a year later, thousands of dollars later, you find out, yeah, they're not interested. But they just didn't tell me. So this is my passion, brother.
I love it. And I think that it's one of the best ideas I've heard in a long time, Paul. I can tell you that. What I could also tell you is I love how you talk about how a vendor is going to save them a lot of time. I was a vendor at one point, and I remember trying to call dealers and how difficult it was. You would get the wrong person, and they would tell you all the right stuff, but it wasn't really the decision maker at all, not even close, right? So it didn't really matter. So you would spend all this time, energy, focus on these people, and then none of them could even make a decision, nor would they make a decision if they could.
Right.
So it is very heartbreaking. But I also see it on the other side as a dealer. Now, if I'm looking for a certain product, I can go on there. There's probably going to be reviews on these people. There's going to be ways I can get references on them. I can check out what their product is about, how it's rated compared to other ones. I could already see it. I could see it going both ways extremely well. I can see how perfect it's going to. Exactly like Paul's doing it right there. That's all you have to do now. That's what the world has become. This little tool of ours right here. This magical tool that has so much amazing stuff inside of it. It's like you could do anything you want with this thing. And to be able to find a vendor, a dealer, or whatever it is that's needed is all right here at your fingertips. Just pressing a few things. Scroll left or I'm going to push right. If I don't like it, push. And I was playing. But, the thing is that it's a great idea, Paul. And I think that it's very good to have passion about something. And having passion about a project like this, having a purpose like this right now is huge. Especially in today's world, it's needed. This is just nothing but the future. So everything that's futuristic, anything that has to do with what we're doing right now, making things easier for people using technology, you're doing it, and I can honor you. I appreciate that, and I think it's great. And we're going to talk about more of that during the Fresh News section too. But, That is a great purpose. And, let me ask you this, Paul, before you came out with the dealer vendor match, when you get up and, when you get deep in it, what is what really deep down, what motivates you though? There's something there, is it, obviously for your family? I know you mentioned your girls, and you mentioned, I know you've been married. You met your wife on social media, basically, so that on a dating site, which is great, because I think that is a lot of people have done that, especially if you look at the last 10, 15 years. There's been a lot of people who've connected through social media or through dating sites, and I think it's a great thing because, like you said, you could pick out things you see. Hello. Oh, they like dogs, great. Or they like going out to eat, great. Or they like doing this, perfect. Now this makes it a lot easier. Thus is the same way it would work with vendors and dealers. You can go on there and say, oh, they need this. This is something I need. All this stuff they're talking about is exactly what I'm looking for. Or, hey, this one is not the company because they don't really deal with what I'm looking for. So it's a great place to match or not match with people. So, but there's deep something in there. What drives you to want to start a company like this? What drives you to say, you know what? Because you have your hands in a lot of things. Not that you over dabble. I think you dabble just enough. I think you get into things because a lot of times some people will stretch themselves so thin that they really can't put any passion in the stuff they're doing. You're not doing that. You're doing it a very tactful way, and I like that. But there's a reason for that. I mean, whether it's your family or maybe that you love being successful or maybe it's something like that. But what would that be?
I just want to, my goal in life is to get up in the morning and be happy and love what I do. That's really what drives me.
I love that.
What you do, then you got the greatest gig going.